Hey guys, right here I have a 2014 BMW 320i Sportline. And today I'm going to make a startup and full vehicle tour video of it, show you the features inside and out. So here's the key fob. Let's go ahead and start it up first. As you can see, the side mirrors are currently folded out. Upon locking the car and pressing and hold on the lock button, the side mirrors will automatically fold in, and upon unlocking, the side mirrors will automatically fold out again. Also, if you press and hold on the unlock button, you are able to roll down all four windows simultaneously, and to roll them back up together, just press and hold on the lock button. As simple as that. The 320i does come standard with keyless start. Just make sure the key fob is inside the car. Put your foot on the brake and press the start button to the left of the steering wheel. The F30 3 Series gets an electric rack and pinion power steering system. Standard on the 320i Sportline that we have right here is a sports leather-wrapped steering wheel with sport grips on the sides. The red stitching you see around the inner rim is also exclusive to the Sportline trim. Only one transmission is available for the 320i in Malaysia, and that is an 8-speed automatic with Steptronic manual shifting. To put the transmission into drive, hit the unlock button to the right of the gear lever and pull the lever all the way down. Clicking it over to the left while in drive will activate Sport mode, and tipping it up or down while in this position will then activate the Steptronic manual shifting. For reverse, click the lever back into drive, hit the unlock button again and push the lever all the way up. Shifting into reverse will activate the parking sensors and its diagram that shows up on the 6.5-inch iDrive display. For neutral, pull the gear lever down once if you are in reverse, or if you are in drive, push the lever up once. For park, simply hit the P button on top of the gear lever. In terms of safety, the 320i gets 6 airbags, anti-lock braking system with electronic brake force distribution and brake assist, dynamic stability control, automatic stability control, cornering brake control, dynamic traction control, immobilizer, and ISOFIX child seat anchor points for the rear seats. As usual, let's go ahead and turn on the hazards, lights, front and rear fog lights, take a look at the engine, and roll down the driver's side window. The bonnet release works in such a way that you pull the lever once to pop open the bonnet and pull the lever a second time to release the catch holding the bonnet to the body of the car. The 320i Sport line gets 17-inch double-spoke style 392 light alloy rims wrapped in Bridgestone Potenza S001 225/50 R17 run-flat tires. Ventilated disc brakes are found at all four corners, while the suspension consists of McPherson struts in front and a multi-link setup out back. The F30 3 Series represents the 6th generation 3 Series. This generation replaced the E90 lineup and was first unveiled back in 2011. Like its predecessor, there are a variety of body styles available for the 6th generation 3 Series. The F30 is the saloon, but there is also the F31 Touring, the F34 Gran Turismo hatchback, and the F35 long wheelbase saloon. The latter is only available in China. Coupe and convertible models are now known as the 4 Series rather than the 3 Series. BMW's N20 B20 2-litre dual overhead cams, 16 valves, turbocharged inline 4 resides in the engine bay of the 320i. This engine features twin-scroll turbocharging, Valvetronic, double variable valve timing, and direct injection. It produces 184 horsepower at 5000 rpm and 270 Nm of torque between 1250 and 4500 rpm. 0 to 100 takes 7.6 seconds, while the top speed is 235 km per hour. The fuel tank in the 320i carries 60 liters of petrol, and the combined fuel consumption is 6 liters per 100 kilometers. Carbon dioxide emissions is rated at 141 grams per kilometer, and the 320i is rear-wheel drive. The F30 made its Malaysian debut back in 2012. It was available as a completely built-up unit in 5 variants at launch, which were the base 320D, the mid-range 328i luxury line and 328i sport line, and the range-topping 335i luxury line and 335i sport line. Since then, the local production of the F30 began. The 320D received either sport line or modern line trims, the 320i was introduced in luxury line and sport line, the Active Hybrid 3 made its debut, the M Sport trim was made available for the 320D and 328i, and a new base 316i variant was launched. Exterior features of the 320i includes automatic auto-leveling by xenon projector headlights, automatic wipers, LED daytime running lights, LED indicators on the side mirrors, LED rear lights, LED number plate lights, front and rear fog lights, and front and rear parking sensors. Sportline trim brings matte black side frames, kidney grille slats in high gloss black, trim highlights on the front and rear bumper and air intakes also in high gloss black, and a single rear exhaust pipe finished in black chrome. Right down here you do have a bottle holder together with some storage, speaker, and right here you do have your mirror controls, window controls. All of them are fully automatic in both ways, window lock, and your rear sunshade control. Right next to your headlight control, you have the lever to adjust the brightness of your interior at night. And down below, you do have some storage. Right above the bonnet release lever, you have the button to open up your boot. BMW Sport door sills. The driver's seat in this 320i Sport does get full powered adjustments. All of your controls are located right down here. You do have 2-person memory, powered side bolster adjustments. You probably can't see it, but it expands and contracts for both sides. And you also do have manual tie support. Alright. So let's go ahead and see how she revs. The 320i does get a dual zone automatic climate control system as standard. All of your controls are located right here. It is quite simple to use. You do have your fan speed in the middle, different modes for each side, front and rear defrost, recirculation, air conditioning, maximum air conditioning, automatic, as well as your driver's side temperature and passenger side temperature. Standard on the 320i is Radio BMW Professional, featuring various media connectivity options, a 6.5-inch display, standard iDrive controller, and 6 speakers for the sound system. I must say, for a stock sound system, the speakers in the 320i does sound quite good. The 6.5-inch screen above is actually controlled using your set of controls right down here. You do have a knob in the center that goes to the left, goes to the right, scrolls to the left, scrolls to the right, as well as clicks down for enter. You also do have your audio, menu, and telephone shortcut buttons, as well as your back and option buttons. But for now, let's start with the menu that's right on top, which is CD Multimedia. Click the knob down to select that option. And right here we do have your main USB screen. You do have your song information with your artist, album, title, as well as song duration. To the left, you do have your list of different USB options, to go back a song, to go forward a song, look at your playlists, perform a search, as well as look at your current playback playlist. To go back to your previous menu, just hit the knob left. And once in the main USB menu, clicking the knob to the left brings up your list of external devices. You do have USB, auxiliary, as well as Bluetooth audio streaming. Click the knob to the left once more, brings up your main CD multimedia menu. You can access your CD right here, your external devices, tone settings with bass, treble, balance and fader, volume settings, as well as resetting the tone settings back to default. You also do have your Bluetooth audio set up right here. Clicking the knob to the left once more brings us back to the main menu. And for example, if you are in your main USB menu and you did not want to click the knob left 3 times to go back to your main menu, you can always hit menu right here. And it brings us back to the main menu straight away. Next up, we do have radio. In radio, you can access your FM AM menus, look at your list of available radio stations in the area, do a manual search and all that. You also do have your Bluetooth telephone menu right here. In this menu, you can pair a phone, delete a phone, look at your paired devices, dial a number, look at your phone book, and all that. Office, where you store contacts. BMW services, that lists out your important numbers in case of an emergency. Vehicle information. So what's unique about this system is that in addition to the paper book owner's manual that BMW will supply you when you buy the car, there is also an onboard sort of like reference handbook thing on the system itself. There are 3 ways you can search the different parts of the car. Quick reference, you search via the different pictures, refueling, telephone, air conditioning, start stop and all that. You can also search by pictures, which you search via the different parts of the car, such as your wheels, lights, interior, and you also have your owner's handbook. So for example, if I want to search something with regarding light, and I type out light, it will bring up all the search options that starts with light. Light alloy wheels, lighting, lights, LEDs, and all that. Which is quite useful if you did not want to bring out your owner's handbook and search through the book every time you want to learn something about a car. You can always refer to the system that's right in here. We also do have an onboard computer that shows the range, average fuel consumption and average speed. Journey computer that shows your time of departure, duration since the last reset, distance traveled, average fuel consumption, as well as average speed. Vehicle status with your flat tire monitoring system, engine oil level, service indicator, as well as check control. BMW Efficient Dynamics, Eco Pro tips, and lastly, settings. In settings, you can set the brightness of your control display, time and date, language, units, lights, and all that. You can even select your Eco Pro modes, perform a software update, and that's about it for all the menus. One last thing, for example, if you're in CD multimedia, this is your main USB screen, obviously, as I've told you countless times. Normally you click the knob to the left to go back to your previous menus and all that, but if you click the knob to the right, it brings up your list of options where you can switch off the control display, you can also access your CD multimedia options, or if you're in radio, your radio options. If you are in your Bluetooth telephone menu, your Bluetooth telephone menu options. Alright, so let's go on with the rest of the car. Right beneath the hazard light switch, you do have your central locking. And right down here, you do have your volume and power knob, switching between your different modes, switching between FM, AM, your CD player, it is MP3 compatible, eject, your seat track buttons, your 8 shortcut buttons, power folding mirrors, as shown earlier. On the steering wheel, the left spoke houses your cruise control, the right spoke houses your audio controls with your volume, switching between your different modes, selecting your different tracks or radio stations, your on-hook off-hook button for the Bluetooth telephone system, as well as your voice control. On the right stalk, you do have your wiper controls, and on the left stalk, you do have your indicator controls. If you locate the button at the end of the indicator stalk, you can select your different multi-information displays in the instrument cluster. Right now, you do have your range, average fuel consumption, average speed, date, turning the display off, just displaying the time, and back to your range and time. Down below on the left side, you do have your outside temperature, in the middle you do have your mileage, and on the right you do have your trip meter. Above you do have your gear position, the steering wheel in this car is tilt and telescopic. You adjust it using this lever right here. And right above the start engine button, you do have the button to activate or deactivate your auto start stop system, whereby if activated, the engine will momentarily shut off when you arrive at a stop such as a traffic light or a traffic jam, to save that extra bit of petrol or diesel depending on what the car is running on. Right here you do have a couple of cup holders, some storage, as well as a lighter or power outlet depending on what you use it for. Right here you have the button to manually activate or deactivate your parking sensors, as well as the parking sensor diagram. Right above the parking sensors button, you can find your driving experience control switch and the button to turn off the car's stability control. Pressing the button once turns on the traction control and limits the stability control, and long press the same button to turn off the stability control. The driving experience control switch allows you to switch between your different driving modes. There is Eco Pro, which gears the car towards better fuel efficiency, comfort, which does not change any settings, Sport, which gears the car towards a more spirited drive, and Sport Plus, which turns off most of the driving aids and gives you the most dynamic feeling while driving. Adjustable center armrest with storage down below, as well as your USB and auxiliary ports. Auto dimming rear view mirror, your LED interior lights, sun visor with a vanity mirror as well as LED lights, and you do have a grip handle right above. Alright, so I guess that's it for the startup. We can turn it off right now. And continue with the rest of the tour. You do have some storage down there with your speaker and window control. And you do have BMW door sills for the back. I'm about 5'7", which is about 1.7 meters tall. The driver's seat is in a position that I will be comfortable in, and I have quite a lot of leg room. I do have a little bit of room to stretch out my legs below the driver's seat, and I have about this much headroom. You do get storage pockets on the front seat backs, rear aircon vents, power outlet, grip handles right above with hooks for both sides, your rear LED interior lights, and you do have a rear center armrest with cup holders. Now there are three ways to open up the boot. There's the button inside the cabin that I showed you earlier on. There's the touchpad right beneath the BMW badge. And there is also the button on the key fob. Boot space in the 320i is 480 liters. To the right of the boot, you can find a strap to keep items in place, as well as the car's first aid kit and toolkit. Underneath the boot floor is a storage well, and to the left of the boot, there is a storage area with a power outlet. You do have storage down there with your window control and speaker. Adjustable headrests, front and rear. BMW Sport door sills on this side as well. And the front passenger seat in this 320i does get full powered adjustments as well. It just loses out on the memory settings that you can find on the driver's side, which means you also do get the side bolstering support as well as the manual tie support. Lockable glove box. It is nicely sized. You do have a sun visor with vanity mirror and LED light on this side as well. Alright, so let's start it up with the door closed. Alright, so that's it for the startup and full vehicle tour video of this 2014 BMW 320i Sportline. Thanks for watching and goodbye.